Greetings, everyone, and welcome.
Hello.
Hello. To this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Nolan.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo.
And here we go with another show, our post-Arlington Fair, Arlington County Fair show for August 2016. Time is flying by. News and Community Bulletin Board, Adele Quo is here with It's Easy Being Green. Gee, we're good at that. It's the best part of the show sometimes, isn't it? Our CBB file has mentioned a review from Denise Pringle. She's talking about jelly on this week's show, our News for Seniors segment. And then another edition of Sustainable Scoop with Miriam Gennari. She's talking with Greg Moran. And that's our show. But before we go, a social media reminder from my partner.
Absolutely correct. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News. And yes, the number 1. Also, facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News. Correct.
Gracias, Senor Pineda. Here we go, the first of our news items. Well, if you wanted to go to the Arlington County Fair, you're too late. It's over. The county fair took place this past week and wrapped up Sunday night, and everyone seemed to enjoy it and have a great time despite a downpour on the last day. Arlington Independent Media was there as usual. They had their booth. Their indoor booth included a video demonstration and some live radio broadcasts from our new LPFM station here, WERA 96.7. So that all happened at this year's Arlington County Fair. Daniel.
And Craig, listen to this story. Washington Lee High School rising senior Benjamin Brooks has earned a perfect score of 36 on the ACT college entrance exam. Of the 2 million people who take the exam each year, only 1,600 are able to get a perfect score. So Craig, congratulations, Benjamin, for a great job.
Absolutely. A perfect score, and you only get 36. You should be like 3,600 or something at least, you know. Here we go with another one of our news items. Well, room 19, rather, Speakeasy that was formerly in the now closed Boulevard Wood Grill in Clarendon on Wilson Boulevard there, is relocating to Alexandria. Room 19 will have its soft opening at the Carlisle Club tomorrow. The club is located at 2050 Ballinger Avenue. A spokesperson for the club will be, it said that we open Thursdays from 6 to midnight. You can check them out on Facebook. Daniel.
And Craig, our next story for tonight. Residents of Arlington and Falls Church will be receiving questionnaires as part of Arlington's annual juror qualification process. About 35,000 questionnaires are being mailed out, so don't forget to check your mailbox. Craig.
And also in our news items, local media personalities Sarah Fraser and Sammy Kay will be hosting a live taping of their popular show, Hey Frase. That'll be a podcast. The taping will take place next month at Clarendon Ballroom. Tickets for that show start at $25, and you can check them out on Eventbrite. Daniel.
Well, Craig, a serial pooper has left a number 2 on the Fort Bernard Park playground for the second time in as many weeks. The ill-placed excrement was spotted this morning, fortunately, while county crews were at the park for routine landscaping work. Unfortunately, the serial pooper struck again this morning, a nearby resident told ARLnow.com. This time, it was not covered by a shirt. The pile of human feces was found on the playground by some benches. County landscapers were already on the scene when it was found. They called their office to arrange for cleanup and to discuss other methods to deter or catch the pooper. I guess this makes him the very brazen serial pooper. Arlington Department of Parks and Recreation spokeswoman Susan Kalish confirmed that the feces were found and that employees promptly took action to remove them.
All right, Daniel, we'll be back with our CBB Community Bulletin Board file right after we hear from Adele. And it's easy being green.
Thanks, guys, and welcome to Easy Being Green. I'm going to talk about our favorite program, the Energy Masters. Applications are now open for the 2016-2017 Arlington Energy Masters Training Program. Applications will be accepted until September 15th or until the program is full. Modeled after the successful Master Gardener Training Program, volunteers are trained in energy efficiency and community outreach to improve the lives of families living in affordable housing developments. The award-winning program trains volunteers in techniques to reduce energy and water usage, focusing on skills for weatherizing apartment building units. Volunteers also learn how to seal leaks around windows and doors, how to install gaskets behind switch plates, and install faucet aerators and low-flow shower heads, and much more. The trained volunteers help low-income residents save money on their utility bills and improve the comfort of their homes. Each volunteer commits to a 20-hour training course and a minimum of 40 hours of community service per year to become a certified Energy Master. Interested high school and college students at least 16 years old may also apply as student volunteers. Now in its 6th year, the program has trained more than 150 Energy Masters with more than 6,000 hours volunteered. Although the work will be performed in Arlington and Alexandria, residents from neighboring jurisdictions are welcome to apply to do groundbreaking work at the local level. So far, the program has made a considerable impact in Arlington and in 2016 expanded to the city of Alexandria with 38 apartments retrofitted. Since starting in 2011, Arlington Energy Masters have weatherized 591 apartments, which improved the lives of more than 550 families living in affordable housing. Property managers are taking notice of the potential savings and agreeing to be part of the program. The program helps to create a more sustainable community by reducing carbon emissions through energy and water conservation improvements. So far, it's the only program of its kind in the U.S. created by Arlingtonians for a Clean Environment, ACE, in partnership with Virginia Cooperative Extension, VCE, and Arlington Thrive. The Energy Masters program is funded with generous support from the Arlington County Community Development Fund, the Arlington Initiative to Rethink Energy, AIRE, and the City of Alexandria. So definitely send in that application if you're interested. And that's it for It's Easy Being Green.
You too can be an Energy Master.
Sounds cool, actually.
It is, yeah,
if
really.
it's modeled after the Master Gardeners, which is a very well-known
I think
program.
if you're a homeowner, everyone should
Absolutely.
qualify as an Energy Master.
I think I would take
Energy
it just
Master.
to
Energy
do it for my
Master.
own home.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looks good
All
in the
right.
resume, too.
Thanks, Adele.
That's
We
right.
appreciate it. All right, as promised now, here we go with our CBB file, Community Bulletin Board. Well, you don't have to travel to Rio to watch exceptional athletes in action. The Northern Virginia Senior Olympics will host local Olympians from September 10 through the 21st. You can cheer on Arlington's age 50 and older as they compete in 25 locations across Northern Virginia. To register and participate, you can visit their website, www.nvso.us, or you can fill in a form at any local senior or community center and at event venues. You can also learn more by giving them a call, 703-830-5604, or email nvso1982@gmail.com. Daniel.
And so many great events actually
Lots
happening.
of great events, including pickleball.
Pickleball. Well, Craig, the last few weeks have seen some pretty hot days, but the evenings may be just right for an outdoor movie. Here are just a few upcoming ones that you may be interested in. The very first one, Roslyn Outdoor Cinema Festival, is every Friday starting at 5 p.m. The movies are screened at Gateway Park, which is located at 1300 Lee Highway. This year's theme is Incredible Journeys. On August the 26th, they'll be showing The Notebook with Gina Rowlands, James Garner, and Rachel McAdams. As they say, behind every great love is a great story. Craig.
Also in the movies, they're doing them down on Columbia Pike at Penrose Square August 27th. Penrose Square Movies will present The Princess Bride, a family favorite from 1987. John Wesley and Join Wesley, Take Two, and Buttercup as they make their way through all kinds of fairy tale adventures. The cast is headed by Carrie Elwes and Robin Wright, ably assisted by Mandy Patinkin and Andre the Giant. Showtime, 8:30. Be there. Daniel.
And Craig, Shirlington's Signature Theater has unveiled the lineup for its 2016-2017 season. Their current production is Jelly's Last Jam, which runs through September the 11th. It's all about the famed and notorious jazz entertainer Jelly Roll Morton, and it features his own music. Our own Denise Pringle will present her review a little later on in the program. Craig.
And also in CBB, you can come join Bikes for the World for their Arlington Volunteer Night. They will be preparing bikes to be shipped overseas by taking off pedals and making the bikes as small and compact as possible. They may also be loading containers, stripping parts off the bikes, and organizing their warehouse. For more information, give them a call. Number should be on your screen there, 703-740-7856. Daniel.
And Craig, the Wheatley Mobile Bike Repair Station will be open at Food Truck Thursdays for bike service every week until October the 27th. The hours are 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. If you need a bike repair or just a tune-up, show up on site where walk-ups are welcome. You can also schedule an appointment by emailing them at raman.m.semenov@gmail.com.
All right, Daniel, and we'll be back with our News for Seniors file right after Denise Pringle tells us what she thought of Jelly's Last Jam. Here's Denise.
The revival of Jelly's Last Jam at the Signature Theater was bound to deliver no less than a great evening of music. It's a theater with a reputation for staging dazzling musicals. Director Matthew Gardner went far beyond expectations in delivering the tale of Jelly Roll Morton, the arrogant and misguided musician who claimed to have invented jazz. The musical is narrated by Cleavant Derrick's Chimney Man, who points out that Jelly drinks from the vine of syncopation, but denies the black soil from which this rhythm was born, which rather tidily sums up the attitude of the hugely talented man. He denied his African-American heritage, claiming to be solely of French Creole descent. He also viciously demeaned his closest friends for having darker skin than his own. Jelly is portrayed by Mark G. Meadows, inveterate jazz musician and instructor in his first acting role. His mastery of the jazz vocals and piano riffs were a foregone conclusion. In addition, he turns in a respectable performance surrounded by a cast of signature veterans and imported Broadway talent. Jelly's love interest, Anita, played by Felicia Boswell, and best friend Jack the Bear, played by Guy Lockhart, have warm and loving feelings for Jelly, but he is unable to curb his mean-spirited insecurities that are clothed in bravado. He lashes out at each of them, perhaps driving them into each other's arms. The scenes with his grandmother and these two friends contain the most poignant moments of the narrative. On the other hand, the upbeat musical highlights of the show are handled by Nova Y. Payton and a cast of supporting singers and dancers. The choreographer, Jared Grimes, has designed incredible tap numbers that transport you right into the heart and soul of jazz in its infancy. The costumes by DDM Ayita shimmer and dazzle with perfection. You'll find yourself not just witnessing this exciting time for a few precious minutes, you're actually living it. The sizzle of this show cannot be outdone by the high temperatures of our summer days. The big difference is that you'll enjoy the show's heat. It continues through September 11th at Signature Theater in Shirlington. I'm Denise Pringle, filling in for Rich Masabny. Back to the news desk.
Jelly's Last Jam. We appreciate your efforts. Here we go as promised now, our News for Seniors segment. Take two. Roll it. Okay, Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, and Joni Mitchell are a few of the inspirations for this event. They may not have a campfire and cozy ponchos available, but the experience is just as heartwarming. That'll take place on Monday, August 29, from 11:30 to 1:30 at Lee Senior Center. For more information and directions, give them a call. Number should be on your screen. If not, it is 703-228-0555. Daniel.
Well, Craig, do you love rock and roll? Well, come check out the Rocking Chairs. This grown-up garage band plays all the classic rock tunes from the 60s and the 70s. The song lineup for these open rehearsals includes some favorites as well as seldom heard songs. It happens on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. until noon at the Lee Senior Center. Once again, their number is 703-228-0555. Craig.
That's a great name.
I know.
I got to go check that. The Rocking Chairs, I got to go check that out. Maybe they need a washboard player. Here we go. Arlington Mill is next to the new Learner's Loop, a small bike park that helps teach community members how to ride a bike. Join Aaron Potter of Bike Arlington for a fun biking event that the whole family can enjoy. The event will be held coming up Wednesday, August 31, from 5 to 7 p.m. at Arlington Mill. For more information, give them a call. Number should be on your screen, 703-228-7369. Daniel.
Well, Craig, the research is clear. Music can greatly assist in facilitating the development or rehabilitation of several highly important functions. The benefits of music can maximize human development and rehabilitation and improve overall quality of life. Join Joshua Schrader, the founder and CEO of Capital Music Therapy Services, to enrich your day with a therapeutic music presentation. It will be held on Wednesday. That's August the 30th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Walter Reed Senior Center. Give them a call. That's at 703-228-0955. Craig.
And also in our News for Seniors file, decorative artist Myrna Manolis will explain how to beautify small items in and around your home or personalize a gift for someone. Myrna has been painting for years. She will discuss how to get started in this creative hobby by showing supplies and materials that you will need. She will also show finished products that exemplify a few different techniques of this unusual but fun art form. The presentation will take place on Tuesday, April 30 from 11:30 to 1:30 at Lee Senior Center. For more information, find out more about it, give them a call. Numbers on your screen, 703-228-0555. Daniel.
And Craig, Zoe the Therapy Dog is back. She's smart and does tricks, but best of all, she loves to visit with everyone. Chuck Tough Toy will share information on Yorkies and what it takes to train a therapy dog. Come and meet Zoe on Tuesday, August the 30th from 10:15 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Walter Reed Senior Center. Their number is 703-228-0955.
All right. You never know, Zoe could be your new best friend,
Yeah.
right? Zoe the Therapy Dog. I
Zoe.
like that. All right, we'll be back with a quick bye-bye if we have time, right after Miriam talks with Greg Moran of Mach 30. Here's Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Back with the Sustainable Scoop is Greg Moran. He's the Vice President of Mach 30, and he's also a founding member.
Yes, thanks for having us back.
I'm so glad to have you here, and I want to start off by congratulating you on a fantastic conference at Tech Shop, Apogee 3, right?
That's correct.
Tell me how it went.
It went really well. We had really good attendance, and I think the best part about it is that everyone was engaged. High quality content. It was great speakers, great exhibitors, and even the attendees had a lot to contribute and participate.
And tell me about some of those speakers. Who showed up to share with your members?
So we had a full day of speakers and exhibitors lined up, starting off with a few folks in the morning. Eureka from the Mars simulated mission. She was an astronaut. We had David show off his launch day setup for high power rocketry, and then switch to some afternoon presentations on CubeSats, CubeSat simulators, And of course, Jay, our president, was talking about the Mach 30 hardware projects as well.
It seems you left out the fireworks. Tell me also that people showed up and got a bit of an experience, right?
That's true. We had one exhibit that was a Shepherd test stand. We talked about last time with Nort. It's a rocket engine test stand. So we actually had rockets, we had rocket fuel, and let's just say not all of your best laid plans go 100% like you had intended.
Which is so exciting, and probably another reason that all of you guys love to get together.
That's true.
And now you're members of Mach 30. They get together online, but around the world, right?
That's true. Mach 30 is a distributed group, so we're all over the world, including foreign countries as far around the globe as the Philippines. So we actually span the entire globe.
And the goal, correct me if I'm wrong, is really to democratize access to space, not just leave it to NASA and to big businesses, but to individual citizens to have access to perhaps even launch into space.
Exactly. Just anybody like you or me could contribute to open source spaceflight hardware project. And as a public charity, Mach 30 wants to see more people contribute and more progress be made faster.
Well, and that's the real beauty of open source. I mean, aside from getting bragging rights and being able to say, I created this, really, you're contributing to somebody else's knowledge that they can build upon and get to where you want to go faster.
Exactly. And the fact that everything is published on our Open Design Engine website, all of the licenses are available for people to download our plans, build their own, share with other people, and contribute back. That's how it will happen faster.
So in this meeting that you had, you've already been very successful building hardware, you've worked on software,
Yes.
But one of the things that Mach 30 really wants to work on in the upcoming year is building its communication base, its base of people that aren't just so knowledgeable about aerospace, but also about how to reach different people. Tell me about that.
Well, as you can imagine, a lot of techie types, a lot of engineers are interested when you start talking about spaceflight and contributing to hardware projects. But a lot of people don't realize that you can be non-technical, you have other backgrounds besides engineering, and still contribute at Mach 30 because, like you mentioned right off the bat, communications. Science communication is one thing not a lot of engineers are really good at. Additionally, finance background, we need people to run our books. Volunteers will do our event coordination, graphics design, business management, you name it. Any kind of background that you would expect for organizations or businesses would be needed at Mach 30 as well.
And as you have all of these people that are working on these projects, they're also developing some expertise. And you told me a little bit about expertise in what was it? Tracking
Documentation.
And documentation.
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
Because all projects are open source, that means we document them well and publish everything we possibly can. So over the past 7 years, we've built up quite a bit of experience and expertise in how to document a good project so that both your own developers and volunteers have documentation to go from. We would love to share that with folks. We would love to do some training or some classes or consulting if other groups need expertise on how to document a good project.
I can also see how this would be very valuable in education and for certain organizations that collaborate with one another to
Absolutely.
to share information and show them how they can be open source, but also proprietary in some of their ideas.
Sure. It doesn't require you to be open source to document your project, but that's one of the requirements of being open source is to document.
Okay, so you had a very successful conference, and now you're reaching out and you're trying to grow in different areas. Is there a membership fee to become involved with Mach 30?
There isn't a membership fee. We'll take anybody who wants to come and volunteer, but there is a vetting process, if you will. The first thing you do for Mach 30 is a little bit of time. Put forth some effort, some volunteering, and start with a small project. And for example, the technical projects, we'll start off with contributing to our own internal projects, our own Shepherd test stand, ground station, and future projects that we have coming up.
So a little sweat equity, and then they can hang out with you guys.
Exactly.
And they can dream big or dream far. And you're welcoming people who are interested in communications, engineers, people who just want to dabble with the idea and concept of the future of space.
Exactly.
All right, well, how do we get in touch with you?
Mach 30 is available on your favorite social media network app, so
All of
check us
them.
out online.
Okay, great. I want to thank you so much for coming to see us again, Greg.
My pleasure.
I can't wait to see your next big project. And I can't wait for you viewers to go online and check out Mach 30. In the meantime, I'm Miriam Gennari. That's the Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk.
Living around in that neighborhood. All right, thanks, Miriam. We've been talking to the Mach 30 guys.
Yeah.
Mach 30, you too can be
Great
a
job,
Rocketeer, right? And that's our show. Before we say goodbye, anything else to
Yeah.
say before we go?
We did great in the Olympics.
We did great
We
in the
did.
Olympics.
Yeah, go
we
USA.
did indeed. We did indeed. 100 and some, how many
110
medals we
or
did, and
something,
at
yeah.
least half of them gold, and they really
That was
did a
fun.
fantastic job, despite the fact the problems that they had with one of the swimmers, whom we all know, I guess, who I'm talking about, but
Right,
hopefully
right.
he'll learn from his mistakes. Don't do that again,
But yeah, but the
Right.
swimmers, track and field, everyone
amazing.
did so
They were all
great.
really great.
Gymnastics.
Oh,
Yeah,
The final five?
It was great. It was fun to watch.
that was amazing.
And so now on to what is it? 2020.
Tokyo.
2020.
Tokyo
Yeah,
for
they had a great
2020 in Tokyo.
Wait,
so we'll
what about
see.
the Winter Olympics?
Winter
Oh yeah, we
Olympics?
have the
Oh,
Winter
right.
Olympics.
Forget the
in-
winter
in
ones.
two-
Yeah,
18
that's right.
months, yeah.
Not too cold. Summer Olympics are more
I think
fun.
that's in Korea, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we got some Olympics
let's see.
coming up here in Arlington.
No, the
so
Virginia
Yeah.
Senior
excited about
Olympics.
that
Senior
too.
Olympics,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we've chit-chatted long enough now. We
right.
gotta go. So per Paul back there behind camera one. Thanks for watching this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Next week, if you're there, we'll be here and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.